Hello, my name is Nidhi Khandelwal. I am assistant professor at Biyani group of colleges. Today I am discussing about the basic C program. So let's start. In our general language, we use alphabets. After that, the combination of alphabets, then the word is formed. For example, in English, we use alphabets. The combination of alphabets is form the words, and the combination of words is form the sentence, and the combination of sentences is make the paragraph. Similarly, in the C program, the alphabets, digits and special symbols. The combination of alphabets, digits and special symbols makes the constant, variables and keywords, and the combination of constant, variables and keywords makes the instructions, and the program is basically the set of instructions. First, I introduced about the C programming language. The C language is first introduced by Dennis Ritchie in 1972 in USA in Bal T and T laboratories. The C programming language is basically developed for the computer programming language. The computer does not understand our basic English language, so for communication between computer and a human, we develop the programming language. The combination of alphabets, digits and special symbols. In alphabets, we include normal A to Z alphabets, small and capital, all the letters included. In the digits, we include 0 to 9, all the digits, and in special symbols, we include all those special characters. For example, comma, semicolon, colon, @ hash, and all the braces, all the special symbols is also included in this. The combination of alphabets, digits and the special symbols make the variables, constant and keywords. So the keyword, for example, in the C program, the void is the keyword in the C program. The constant and variable, the constant, if we use our program, for example, if we develop a program, a basic program of a basic program that sum of two numbers, then A is equals to 4 and B is equals to 5, and we get the output is 9. So the value of A is 4 and the value of B is 5. This is the values of A and B is stored permanently in the variables. So the A and B variables are called constant because their values are constant. But if we take the input from user in our program, then the values are called variables. The combination of keywords, constant and variables make the instructions. For example, the whole line is the instruction of the program, and the set of instructions is called the program. So let's start with the program. In this program, the first line is hash include Stdio.h. Here, hash is the preprocessor directory. Hash is the preprocessor directory which stored or include all the header files, all the functions, all the variables, all the definitions stored in the header file. Include, basically if we include something in our program, then we use include keyword, and Stdio.h is the header file. The full form of Stdio.h is standard input output. Various functions we used in our program is defined in this header file, and .h is the extension of the header file. Similarly, if we create a document in MS Word, then the extension is .doc. Similarly, in MS PowerPoint, the extension is .ppd, and in MS Excel, the extension is .xls. Similarly, in the C language, the header file stdio.h, the extension is .h. Similarly, this is also another header file which is Conio.h. The full form of Conio.h is console input output. Various another functions is also defined in this header file. After that we write void main. Void main is a function where the meaning of void is null, means the function does not return anything. After this is the body of the program. Basically the program starts after this line. The void main is the starting point of the body of a program. So here only a simple program to print something. In printf statement I write hello world. This statement prints hello world in our output screen. For example, if we execute the program after compilation, if we execute the program, press Ctrl plus F9, the output window displays is this. The output is displayed for the fraction of seconds and wait for a character to go from the output window to the editor window. Because of this getch, the getch function is used in the program, because if we do not use the getch function in our program, then the output window displays only for fraction of seconds and return the output window to editor window. So if we write getch in the last of our program, the output window waits for an instruction. This function is only for getting a single input or single character in our program. After press any symbol or any alphabet or any key, the output program window goes to the editor window. And if we write the program 3 times or 4 times, the hello world displays all the time. If we execute the program 4 times, the hello world displays again and again. So if we don't need the output again and again, we'll return clear screen. The full form of CLR SCR is clear screen. The clear screen function is used to erase the previous output from the output window. And after using the clear screen function, the output of previously executed program does not show in our output window. The output we shows is just the current output of the program. And if we don't use the getch function, the output window is just show for the fraction of seconds. After some seconds, the output window is closed and the control goes to the program window. Here we use some subscripts. These are the braces. The braces we used in the program is only for functions. If we use braces here, void main is there void main is a function. If we use getch, if we use the braces in getch line, then getch is a function. And for a function we don't use semicolon. And the printf is a function which is used to display the output to the user. So after every function in which the output is displayed or the input is taken, we use the semicolon for termination the statement. But in the functions we do not use any kind of colons or semicolons or commas to execute the program. Okay. Here the void main is the function which returns null to the function. If we use int main here, what will happen? If we use int main here, int meaning the return type of the program is integer. So if we use int main in our program, then we have to write return 0 and semicolon in the last of our program, because if we don't write the return 0 in our program, the program needs to return anything because the return type of the main function is integer. So if we use integer in our main function, then we have to write return 0 in the last of our program, and if we use only void in our program, then we do not need anything to return in our program because the return type of void is null. Similarly, if we want another output, so we write, for example, I want to print my name in the program, so I write my name is Nidhi. Any statement we write in the printf function is displayed to the output window as it is, and the output is separated by semicolons, and in the printf statement we used to show the output of our program. For the definition of the printf function is defined in the header file Stdio.h, which is standard input output header file, and in another program we use a scanf function, which is also defined in our header file Stdio.h, and the functions getch and clrsc functions are defined in Conio.h header file, which is console input output header file. The getch is used to take single input or single character from the user to return the output window to the program window. So we use when the output is displayed to the output window, the compiler waits for some seconds to take input from the user because getch is used in the program. So after we press any key from the keyboard, the compiler returns to the editor with the help of getch function. So we use getch function in our program, and we use curly braces to separate our body of the program. Curly braces are used after the void main function. When we write the function void main, after that we use curly braces. So when the compiler executes the program, it comes to the header file, and after that the header file, and after that the control comes to void main. So here the compiler founds the body of the program. So when the control comes into these curly braces, the main body of the program starts. The C programming language is case sensitive language, so we have to write all the letters in small letters and make separate spaces between every statement. For example, here void and a single space, and after that we write main. And here there is no space in the whole line, we write the whole sentence without any space. And there is no space in CLR/SCR. The CLR/SCR return together, and after the scripts we use semicolon to terminate the statement. And here getch is also a function, and after that subscripts we use semicolon to terminate the statement. And the printf statement is also a function which is used to print something. After the statement we have to write the semicolon. When the compiler found the semicolon, the control breaks to the next line. The control comes to the next line, break the line, and control comes to the next line, because the definition of semicolon in our C header file is used to break the line. So when the compiler found the semicolon, it defined that the line is break, and the control comes to the next line. So this is the basic C program. If we take input from the user, then we have to declare some variables. For example, if we want to calculate the sum of two variables, we have to declare two variables. Here int int is a data type of the variable and a and b are the variables. The variables separated by the single semicolon, and integer is the data type which defines the type of data we used in our program. So if we take input from the user, we have to define the variables. Here the statement is enter the values of a and b. If we want the values from user, then we have to write the statement for taking the values from user, and after that we use scanf in the scanf. The statement is in the double quotes, we use %d and %d and separated by semicolon. After that we use ampersand a and ampersand b. The %d is the formatted string which defines that the variables we use in our program is the integer type variable. The formatted string for integer is %d. Similarly, for another data type, the formatted string is different, that we discuss in another lecture. So for using the integer variable, we use %d and %d in our program, and here ampersand a and ampersand b is the address of the variables we use in our program. For example, in our memory, the variables is a and b. So in scanf, the address is stored for the variables storage. So for example, the address of a is 4026 and the address of b is 4027. So the variables a and b are stored in our memory at these locations. These are the locations of the variables where the value of the variables is stored. Here we take in another variable for sum. Here plus is the operator we use to add two values, and we store the sum of two values in the sum variable, and after that we print the sum of a and b. Here we write the statement printf sum of a and b is equals to %d and sum. This is the statement that is shown to the user, and this is the variable that we pass, in which the value is stored to display to the user. Here we use %d, which is also a formatted string for integer type of variable, because sum is also an integer type variable. So we use here %d is for define that the variable we used. Here we show the variable, the value of the variable is stored in the program is also an integer variable. So this is the basic simple C program to display the sum of two variables, in which we use two variables a and b and another variable sum. We if we want, we initialize the sum is equals to 0, because basic in the starting the sum is 0. After that we write the printf statement, enter the values of a and b, and after that we take the input from the user by using the scanf function. The printf and scanf function are defined in Stdio.h header file, and the clr, scr and getch functions are defined in another header file, which is Conio.h, console input output. And after taking the input from the user, we write %d, which is formatted string, and ampersand a and ampersand b, which denotes the address of the variables where the value have to be stored. And after that we use the plus operator, the addition operator, to add two values of the variables, and the addition of these two values stored in the sum. We assign, here we use assign operator, which is used to assign the value in the sum variable, and after sum we use the printf statement, which is used to display the sum of a and b. We write in this statement sum of a and b is equals to %d. this is separated by semicolon, and after that we pass the variable in which the value is stored. We use the %d to define that the variable which stored the value of a and b is integer type, so we use %d here, and after that we close the program. So if we execute the program, the output window shows as the output here in the when we execute our program, the output is shown as, and after we pass the values we pass is separated by one single space, because if we write the values together, then the compiler count the values as a single value. So we have to separate two values by using a single space, and after passing the values, if we entered, we getting the output which is shown as that is the output of our program. So basically in the C program we use basic printf scanf statement, which is also very familiar to our English language. We do not use any kind of special functions or variables which is very typical for the user to understand. This is basically very user friendly language we used in our programming language. This is the first basic high level language to use in the programming languages. This is basically remove normal programming languages such as PL, SQL and Algol. As compared to C, Algol is very typical language, but the C language is very user friendly and very easy to use and understand. So this is the basic C program to basically print anything, any statement you want. Thank you.